Hello Aquarius, it's Lisa and this is your mid-month check-in. Let's just see how the rest of February 2023 is going to be. This is a general reading. If you would like a personal reading with me, all my information is below. So let's see what the rest of February holds for you. So the general message for you for the rest of the month is the Lover's card. The Lover's card is about love if you're looking for love or reconnecting to love, but it's also about connecting to your passions. What are you passionate about, and you know, kind of letting that lead you instead of just kind of being stuck in something and not knowing, you know, why am I doing this? It's all about connecting to those passions, and when you have that, it will lead you to success. So where will you have struggles in the next couple of weeks? It is with the Death card. Now the Death card is not death. A lot of people see it and go, ah, it's my favorite card in the deck. It is all about transformation. So it's about going through the process of transformation. So for it to be where you have the challenge for the next couple of weeks, it's just going through the process of changing and your life changing, right? And sometimes that can be scary or painful. Just think about a birth, right? It's beautiful but painful all at the same time. So change is the same thing. When things shift and change and you're growing into a new person, going through certain things that are changing you, it always gets you to be in a good place, but it's just the process sometimes can be painful. You go over, you know, you go through things just like grief and all of that kind of stuff, where it's just going through the process of growing and changing. What you don't see coming this month, so let's see what that is. What you don't expect is focus. That's interesting. It is about focus and focusing on what's right in front of you and what you can do. So really about being in the now and focusing on, you know, letting go of whatever this process is. And then where they want you to focus is about moving forward and allowing the universe. So basically you do your part moving forward, and then the universe starts to provide you with things, exactly what you need, people, opportunities, invitations, those kind of things. So let's get some clarification on this. So for the Lover's card for this month, let's get some clarification on what that means for you guys. It's just about staying out of struggle, staying out of conflict. This is the card of conflict. So it's kind of like not focusing on the things that are causing you conflict. And I know that's not about being in denial at all. It's just kind of like focusing, instead of focusing on all the chaos and all the drama and all the stuff that's around that's not so pleasant we have to deal with, it's kind of focusing on the passion of it. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why, you know, what's leading you there and why are you doing that, and not let the drama and conflict pull you down. Because sometimes, again, in change and shifting, there can be conflict, right? It's like a lot of times going through certain things, it's crazy how people will react, and you're like, wow, that like is not necessary. So instead of getting pulled into that, it's just kind of being neutral, going, you know what, I'm just going to connect to my passions. I'm just going to connect to what I'm going through and being in the now, and I'm not getting involved in that. And then you will really kind of, it just drops away. They're saying you're going to have a creative new beginning, this going through this process and connecting to your passions, and what you're passionate about gives you this new beginning. And I think at the beginning of the month, I was really feeling for you guys that there was like this new opportunity, or certain things in your life were pushing you to kind of move towards like whatever you're passionate about, and that it's going to be really lucrative if you do that. And that's sort of what that feels like as well. They're saying a whole new phase in your life is starting. It's connecting to the passion. It's connecting to your creativity, and just not getting pulled into this. And then the last card, this is a new perspective. So basically, it feels like this shift happens going through this, the transformation, and you get to this new perspective of things. Life changes, and you're kind of like, okay, this is new, this is different. But it gives you a new, I don't know, it's weird, like a healthier perspective. It gives you a view that you didn't have before and now you do. And you can accept it, and then you really move forward with all of this stuff, which is really interesting. Okay, so the challenge is the Death card. Again, it's not a death. It's the end of a way of being. So you're going through a transformation. I think certain things have shifted and changed in your life, and that's causing this transformation. And I think we always go through these, but it's just, when the Death card shows up, it just means that this transformation is going to be big, and it's going to change a lot of things in your life. And it is just, and the thing I like about the Death card is that all the hard stuff you go through pays off, and you kind of go, okay, I'm a different person. I've come through all of this, and now I'm going to utilize this towards my successes. And you really are more authentically who you are. It's just a good card, I think. But it is a struggle to go through the process. So that's what they're saying is happening. It's telling you to re-examine your hopes and dreams. So this is what helps this to push through the change and shift, is just kind of looking at, what is it that you always wanted to do? What were your pipe dreams? I used to get this a lot when I wrote my first book. And it's kind of like, I've always wanted to do this. So I'm going to bring it down from the clouds, and I'm going to make it happen. So to go through this process, focusing on the dreams that you wanted and making them happen, will help you go through this a lot easier. And then it's saying you have all the tools you need to do this and to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. And it's connected to your passions. And then it leads you to big success. That's what I felt that at the beginning of the month. And I'm feeling it really strong now, that this shift that happens, that gives you this new perspective, pushes you to do what you've been dreaming of doing. You have the tools to do it, and it leads to huge success, financial success and other successes. And then there's celebrations, connections. It's about expansion, helping other people. It's a really, really good energy. It's about celebrating life, celebrating the things around you. It's really nice. So it's focusing on that to push through this, which I know you can do. What you don't expect, this card is interesting. So it's the King of Cups, which is all about focus. And I guess when you're going through a shift and you're going through all this stuff, it's hard to do this, right? Because you're getting pulled here and pulled there. And then there was the conflict card. So you may having to deal with some conflict or some stuff. And it's just kind of like, hard to focus. But they really want you to focus. And I think you end up focusing and you're kind of like, I didn't think I'd be able to focus on this. Like I didn't, up to this point, you weren't able to kind of sit down and do what you were hoping to do, like the pipe dream. And for whatever reason, they're saying you're going to be really kind of, I don't know if inspired is the right word, but it's just kind of like focused. And it's kind of like, okay, I see clearly now what I need to do. I'm going to do it. And it kind of like is like this major focus. The key to it is just moving forward, learning your lessons, what lessons you've learned, and not looking over your shoulder at, well, if I do this, what will people think? Or what will, they say, or what are they doing? And should I be doing that too? It's like, no, just do you 100%. Don't worry about what other people think. It's going to work out in the end. Just keep moving forward and just don't focus on other people, what other people will think or say about you. Then they're saying it leads to an opportunity out of the blue. So just pay attention. It says the universe works in mysterious ways. Our loved ones on the other side help us. So just as you move forward, you might be doing your thing, and then all of a sudden an opportunity comes out of the blue that leads to more success around what this passion is. And there you go. this has happened several times today in different signs where I've gotten the same card. It's like doubling down on the message. Focus is going to happen, and it's going to like lead. It feels almost like a surprise. It really does. And then this card is, so it's the soulmate card if you're looking for a soulmate, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like partnering up with like-minded people and helping like-minded people. So whatever this passion is and your pipe dream, it helps like-minded people, and it's partnering up with like-minded people. And that really leads to a lot of success to you as a person, as well as like, it feels like it's like emotionally it helps, and it's really rewarding and fulfilling, but then it's also lucrative. So it's like it benefits you in both ways. Not that you're doing it for the money, but it just, because I think you're doing it for the emotion of it, and that it's a goal that you've always wanted to achieve, or something that you felt pulled to do, and you focus on it, but it does lead to success. And so where they want you to focus is on moving forward. So when a shift happens, sometimes the hardest thing to do is to go through this transformation and to do this, right? And to move move out of it. And they're saying when you do that, the universe, our loved ones on the other side, will help you and reward you. So let's just get some clarity. So it's like they, having dealt with like grief and all of that kind of stuff, and dead people on the other side, they're always focused on us moving forward. And they're like, we don't care what kind of tragedy or what kind of shift has happened in your life. The key is to just keep moving forward, right? They're like, get over it and move on. So it kind of has that feeling to it, because there's things that, things you need to do, and they're excited to have you do them. Okay, so let's get some clarity. They're just saying that you break some habits, you move forward with balance, and everything comes together. It's like righting some wrongs in your life. It's interesting the way they worded that. It's kind of like, I don't know, it just feels like helping people with the things that you've gone through, which then fulfills you and helps others. If you move forward, you're moving towards your destiny and what's meant to happen. This is just like you planting the seeds to your success. I think you've done some work for it, but it's really kind of now really kind of adding to it, changing things up. It almost is like editing, like, moving this over here, adding this, creating, they're showing me like a website or social media. It's just kind of like growing this thing that you're passionate about, and then you start to reap the benefits of it. Again, it's very lucrative, and it's not really the reason you're doing it, but it ends up being a added bonus to the whole thing. And then it ends with the Ace of Cups, which is your cup runs over with tons of good stuff. It's focusing on that while you're doing this, going through here, because when you focus on what you're grateful for, it just kind of helps things grow, and it puts it out to the universe, which then brings you more things to be grateful for sure. But there's this element of like everything being from a place of gratitude, and that kind of shifts everything. And because it's interesting, when I see this card, a lot of times I recommend for people to have a gratitude journal, but they're not really saying that. They're kind of just talking about your passion shows your gratitude. So it's really interesting. Anyways, sending you all a ton of good vibes. Thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. If you would like to be entered into a contest to win a reading with me, just subscribe and comment on one of the videos. I will be drawing a name at the end of the month and letting the lucky winner know once I pick the name. Have a great rest of February, and I will talk to you soon.
One day, or day one, you decide.